Boom, coming in hot change. I got a little, I just was on the Peloton, dude. Didn't change my shirt, so I'm a a sweaty.
That's okay.
Sweaty.
You look sharp, dude. You look handsome. The ladies
hey, thank you, brother. Thank you.
The ladies like a little pheromones coming out of the man, dude.
Yeah, I got a little, I just amped up the testosterone right there on the Peloton 15-minute hit ride. Let's get it.
Let's get it. I worked out this morning, too.
How you doing, dude? How was the weekend, brother?
Weekend was great. Jess has a new job, Now, so she used to go into her last job around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She leaves at 6:30 in the morning now. So our lives flipped a little bit.
Wow, dude, 6:30.
I'm always up kind of early, but, there's a big difference. I don't have long hair like a lady does and whatever. So she's got to, shower. She's got to
get ready.
Hair, all that kind of stuff. 4:30 in the morning. Bing, 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 bing. And I'm like, oh, my God. So, I kind of, when you have, a bad flu and you're kind of half awake and half dreaming when you're, really out and you kind of, that's how I am now from, 5 a.m. until 7 a.m. I'm still in the bed, but
that's the worst. That's the worst place to be. Where you're like, am I sleeping? Or you're asking yourself, am I sleeping or am I not sleeping?
I actually do that to myself now. But what we've been doing is we've both been going to bed earlier now, and I get up early anyway. So it's actually I'm looking forward to being up and at 'em by 6:30 every morning.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
awesome. No, dude, to get the day started, it's so much better. There's no doubt about going to bed earlier, going to bed and waking up earlier. That's the way to do it, man.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's All-Star Week. I saw Harold in his little American League jersey yesterday running around.
So awesome. Dude, Harold's got to be in his glory out there in Seattle. He's a legend out there, bro.
He is a legend out there, and it's really crazy, too. First of all, gosh, man, that man is, what is he, 60-something years old? He's in a uniform, and I'm like, oh, who is that? Is that the second baseman for the Padres? No.
Yeah, it's Harold.
It's Harold, because he's just in such great shape. That guy's an anomaly. Anyway, draft happened last night. Wow. Yeah, wow. That's the word for it. Dude, by the way, LSU, whoops, they're pretty good.
That's how you win the national That's how you win the national championship, bro. You have the first 2 picks in the draft are on your team, and one of them happens to be the best starter. I'll tell you what, man, the Pirates, they kind of pulled the wool over everybody's eyes, dude. Until literally that moment of the draft, everyone, including the Pirates, were kind of throwing, we're taking Dylan Cruz, the outfielder for the LSU, stud right-handed hitter. This guy's a gap-to-gap guy, bat-to-ball guy, big power, franchise player.
Yeah.
They're kind of talking about it almost like this is like a Bryce Harper, Steven Strasburg, and Paul Skeens, though, dude, is probably the best college pitcher we've seen since Strasburg when everyone's all fired up about it. This guy throws 102 miles an hour with a wipeout slider, a little curveball, secondary pitches on his changeup. Probably needs one more pitch, but I think when you're throwing that hard and with the stuff that he has, so the Pirates end up taking Paul Skeens, number 1. And so, dude, I think about the Pirates, their best years a few years back when they took Garrett Cole. They took Garrett Cole 1. Yeah. He was in the big leagues quickly. And then all of a sudden, dude, they were a force to be reckoned with. We know you went on the bump in this league, dude. For them to have a guy like Skeens that's going to be up there sooner than later, that's a huge pick for them.
Man, if you can get an ace, you get an ace. That's it. You got to go for it. You got to go for it. Risk reward. It's super big. Pitching's just risk reward. It really is. But you get the guy. You get a Garrett Cole. It's funny. I just read an article where Brian Cashman said Garrett Cole is the smartest baseball player he's ever met. The most cerebral. Apparently, it's just popped into my head. What Cole does, he talks to the pitchers. He also talks to the hitters about what he sees them doing, what he sees pitchers doing to them. And apparently, he is almost like a pseudo captain after Judge on that team for how. And if you can get a guy with that kind of makeup who can also throw and can also be one of the position player guys,
right?
You got a franchise guy. That's it. End of story.
I agree, dude. And I think that was his pedigree too. When the Pirates took him, knew that what they were getting as a person. Now he's obviously been in the league 12 years. He's a leader. He's one of the best pitchers in the game. Paul Skeens is known for his personality. He's known for his gregarious kindness. When they talk about Skeens, this guy's a kind guy. But dude, tell you what, this is even more incredible. His story's incredible. He didn't start pitching until his senior year in high school.
Wow.
He went to the Air Force Academy, dude, to be I think a first baseman. I think first base outfielder or whatever. he hit and pitched at Air Force, dude. And dude, I think he hit 25 pumps.
Holy
his
cow.
sophomore year. Oh, dude, he's legit. Then he went to LSU and they're like, hey, listen, we think your career is on the mound. Dude, he was a two-way player first 2 years of college.
Wow.
Like elite two-way player, dude. Not like, hey, this guy's a good hitter. No.
Yeah.
This guy's the best hitter and pitcher. And his velo just went up so high. He ended up transferring to LSU. It's an incredible story, though. But they say this kid is off the charts makeup-wise.
Wow, that's important. I got two things off of that. The first one is you mentioned that this all goes into the Ohtani thing, by the way. If you think back, like maybe the door is open for him to maybe take some swings at some point. You don't know that. Second part about that is I look back when you were mentioning that he hit 25 bombs this one year. I'll never forget. I think it was my junior year. We're playing Michigan State in like some tournament, and this dude gets up to the plate. Was built like a brick shit house. Hit a ball is the furthest ball I've ever seen hit in any professional, minor, college, anything. Bomb, and I'm like, who is that guy? I'm like, that is the greatest hitter I've ever seen in my life. You know who it was?
Who?
Mark Mulder.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, what? And I'm like, wait, that's the pitcher? Because everybody's like, oh, this pitcher is going to be a top pick. He was like, I think he was in the top 5. Had to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
I knew at that moment, I'm like, if this pitcher is that much better of a hitter than me, I am never going to make it to the big leagues. I really, like, it was like my junior year. I'm like, I'm not as good of a hitter as him, and he's not even going to hit in the major leagues. So how good are hitters in the major leagues?
Oh my God, dude. And also it's funny you say Mulder because he's the best golfer.
Oh, dude.
Like right now, like they say Mulder could play. I think he's playing on some pro tours. The guy is so legit.
He's like one of the best
athletes a golf ball
of all time. Yeah. And the second part is, this is another good example. Remember, like, I want to say like by 7 or 8 years ago, it was like, don't go to college. Don't go to college. Don't ever go to college. It's not worth it if you want to play in the big leagues. Well, guess what? If you're good enough, you go to a really good program. First of all, LSU is like a minor league team. LSU probably has better facilities than any minor league team you have ever played on. Right?
So like, when these guys go to the minors, they're going to be like, what the heck's this?
Yeah, exactly. Like, wait, hold on. I don't have a masseuse every 2 days? Like, what is this?
Where's the private chef?
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, go to college, man. If you need to go to college, go to college. It's good to have that degree, man.
No, I agree, dude. I agree, dude. And I think for guys going to college, you know, to go right into the minors, dude, that's a lot for kids. You know, 18-year-old kids going to play 144 games just in the grind. Dude, if you're in college, you're still going to play all year round. You're going to develop your skills. If you go to a good program, you have good facilities. Like, it makes me happy that my son's at Kent State, you know, Jake, with Jeff Duncan, who was a big leaguer.
Right.
You know, Bear Serrato, who played minor league ball. You know, Berkey, their pitching coach, played in the big leagues. Like, they run it like a big league organization. So for me, I'm like, at least I know my kid's getting developed like he wouldn't in the minor leagues.
But
you know,
here's the other thing that college can do for you is like, it's a transition into being on your own, but you're not fully on your own, right?
Right,
like,
dude, right.
I go back to Pedro Martinez. He didn't speak a word of English, and he just sat and played video games with some kid, like his house kid in the basement, because he didn't know how to talk to people. He didn't know how to do his own laundry. You got to learn all those stuff. You got to learn. You can't keep the meat you can't keep the leftover meat in your microwave because it's going to change colors and screw everything up. It's good to learn that. You don't want to learn that at a host house or like at you know, Yankee Stadium your first day there. Like, what is this pig
like laundry gets moldy in the corner if it sits there for like 4 weeks. You actually have to wash your clothes. You actually have to do the dishes every night unless you want to get you know, a bacteria you've never heard of before.
Exactly, which we've all had. Hey, so I want to do this. We did revisit the tonight's the Derby, right? The Dinger Derby, they're calling it. I gotta go back a little bit because we made some picks the other day, but I'm starting to think, dude.
Oh, you're rethinking our picks, bro?
I'm rethinking Rodriguez versus Alonso. He's in his hometown, dude. The place,
dude. Alonso is a psychopath as far as that goes. Though he looks forward to this. All he thinks about is the home run derby, and the way he talks, I love it. He's like, with the way he talks, like, I'm the best. I'm the best home run hitter in the big leagues. I'm actually going to go prove it again. That's why you face off with Alonso. It scares me because he thinks he's a savage, and he is.
Yeah. By the way, these brackets, dude, they are really intense, really quick. Like, how's Mookie Betts? First round, Mookie Betts versus Vlad Jr. One of those guys is not going to make it to the second round.
Yeah, that's how deep this that's the great thing about the Derby. That's how deep this thing is. You're talking about Vlad, Mookie maybe getting banged out. There's some studs in this. These are the best home run hitters. That's why this is like, would you rather go to the Derby or the All-Star game?
I always like the Derby better than the All-Star game.
Yeah, I think I think the Derby's. I think the All-Star game is incredible because there's nothing like seeing all those players on the field together.
Agreed.
But dude, the Derby, the way they've been doing it the last few years is just so fun to be at. With the clock, the drama is so great. The way they've been doing it.
Well, the two things. One, and I studied this for so many years when I would produce the pre and post game shows for both of them. So the thing about the All-Star game that makes it tough is like these are the most elite pitchers in the game. And so the offense is often not there because every at-bat, first of all, maybe you only get one at-bat. Maybe it's your first time in an All-Star game. So you're already a little off your game as a hitter. Pitchers just come in and just start darting. A starting pitcher, Garrett Cole, can throw 100 miles per hour, but he probably sits at like 96, 97. And the All-Star game is like, 100, 101, 102.
Max effort,
Remember DeGrom that one year was throwing like 102, 102, 102 on the corners? You're not going to get the same kind of... I think after all... There's nothing better. There's nothing better than All-Star game intros, flyover...
Right.
And usually somebody pretty cool singing a national anthem, and then you get, Canadian... and the celebrities on field. The other part about the Derby that's fun... is because these guys are getting after it tonight. So they all go, they hang out at the Derby, and they're not running out. Dude, there's times where if a guy gets out in the second inning of the All-Star game, he's on a plane before, he's probably lands in his city before the game ends, right? Some guys?
Well, dude, are you kidding me? Those guys want to get out and get home.
Exactly. You get one extra day or two, like with your family or wherever you want to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want.
But
that's exactly what they
Derby Day, I think, is the big celebration of the All-Star game.
Dude, I remember I have to think back to my first Derby in the 99 All-Star game, dude, when McGuire was hitting balls off the Sitco sign and Griffey was crushing balls to right. Like Fenway is not the greatest part. You're losing ball. You're not, a couple balls you might be losing in Fenway because it's like 390 to right field. But Griffey ended up winning it. McGuire and Sosa, those guys banging back and forth. And I remember, dude, I was 25 years old. I'm sitting there with my camera on the field. I think I was one of the first guys to do that. And I remember Matt Damon, Goodwill Hunting had come out a couple years earlier. Matt Damon was the hot guy. He was sitting right there. And dude, I'm like, I'm going to interview Matt Damon right now. I don't care. Like I'm an all-star, even though no one knows who I am. I'm going. So I went up to him like, hey man, I'm Sean Casey. And he's like, yeah, I know who you are. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then I'm like, dude, I started, how do you like the Derby? I'm filming him with my camera. I have to find the footage, dude. I have it somewhere.
Find it. Did you give it to Trotta? Did you give it to MLB?
I think I did, dude. Yes, I did. They have it, dude. I gave when Ted Williams came out of right field at Fenway Park, dude, I gave my camera to the clubby and I said, hey, dude, because I was just announced. So I'm like, anything you can get, I had none of us had any idea Ted Williams was coming out. So my camera, dude, is right. 5 feet from Ted Williams. The footage I have on Ted Williams is incredible.
Let's do a documentary, just you and me. Don't tell anybody else.
Yeah, let's do it. Don't tell anybody. We just told
everybody listening. Don't tell anybody. Just for mayor's office fans. Maybe.
It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, dude. We'll do this tomorrow. I forgot this. We have to do this.
What?
We got to announce a winner of our giveaway from last week. We haven't done it yet.
Oh. All right, let's do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow.
I will get the mechanics of it organized, and we will pick the winner tonight. It won't be a personal thing. We'll what is this?
Make it happen. H is calling me. We're probably talking about his fielding.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
All right, bro.
Big day today. You get after. You got some podcasts you're going on today and stuff. So.
Yeah, I got some action today. So, all right, bro. I love you, man. Love you tons. Everyone out there listening, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you, buddy.